Hey there, my name is Veronica. I am your conscious manifesting coach. I'm based in Chicago and I'm so excited to be doing this Anchor podcast with you today. Today, I'm going to be answering 3 questions submitted by voice notes. If you would like your question answered in a future podcast, all you need to do is send me a voice note and I'm happy to add you to a future episode. Now, I also replay these on my YouTube channel, so do find me there as well. If you would like to work with me one-on-one or learn more about me, VeronicaIsles.com is the place to go. I also have self-study courses available on Teachable, VeronicaIsles.teachable.com. Okay, well, let's get to it. Question number 1.
Hello, Veronica. This is Crystal from Australia, and I manifested my specific person 4 years ago, but now we're taking a break. So I'm started to manifest it again after all these years. I'd like to know what's your advice when people in this situation, they have to start over again, but now this time we already have so many memories. What should I do to make it more easier like the first time? Thank you so much.
Hi there, Crystal from Australia. So I'm sorry to hear that you're having to manifest your specific person back again. However, it doesn't matter how long it's been. Yes, you can manifest this person again, even if it's been years. The advice is absolutely the same for someone who's trying to manifest someone back that they just broke up with, or someone that they haven't seen in even longer than you've been apart. Now, try not to think that you're starting over again. I mean, that sounds like, you're at a loss in some ways, but you're really not at a loss. The fact that you have history with your specific person, the fact that you know what it's like to be with this person, those are all really good things. The fact that you have memories is also a positive thing. It wouldn't carry around the baggage of the problems. You want to manifest a better version of this relationship, a heightened version, the evolved you version, the fact that you are feeling a desire towards this person, a pull towards them. I would embrace it. I would nurture it. I would allow yourself to create this experience in your life without any pressure on yourself, without any judgments on the time element. You always want to make a list of all of the things that are in your favor instead of all of the potential obstacles. In manifesting anything, you're always going to have a list of obstacles. So it's up to you whether or not to see this as an impossible mountain that you cannot climb, or whether or not you see this as easily reaching point A to point B, surrendering the process to the universe, which is the highest creative part of you that can solve any dilemma with the greatest of ease. Again, you are not starting at square one. Don't kick yourself for having to manifest this person again. Everything happens for a reason, and you experience those things to find higher growth, to find higher evolvement, so you could really learn who you truly want to be with this person. So again, embrace this, embrace your desire, embrace the idea of being together in the right way, having it work this time. Maybe this person has also been dwelling upon the same thing. Maybe they've been having dreams about you. Maybe they have been remembering the good times that you had and wanting that again. Maybe they're attracting you. So try to keep that in mind. Okay, so let's get to question number 2.
Hey Veronica, I've been watching your YouTube channel for a while now. It's amazing. Thank you so much for doing what you do. It's really helped me. So I'm so excited to start listening to your podcasts. My question is, I have been trying to manifest an ex for a while now, and I think kind of where I'm stuck is putting him on a pedestal. So I wondered what your opinion would be on if I was to make a list of not so great things about him, kind of more neutral slash negative things about him, so that when I'm putting him on a pedestal, I can look at them and kind of bring it back to reality that he's not on a pedestal in comparison to me. Or would you not advise that? Thanks so much.
Okay, so I want to start by saying thank you so much for watching my videos, and I'm so glad that they can help. Okay, so I can understand the tendency to put someone on a pedestal, especially someone who you really want to be with. Clearly, you're in love with this person, they're important to you, so you see them in a very high way. But this can actually work to your advantage and not work to your detriment. The trick is to see yourself on the same level as this person instead of seeing them as unattainable, dreamy, they're above you. They're not above you. So when I say not to put someone on a pedestal, it isn't that we're reinforcing their flaws. So I actually would not suggest to make a list about him that includes all of his flaws, because actually you want to attract the best version of him. So you don't actually want to reinforce these negative attributes. Yes, everyone has flaws, but ideally you want him to be working on his flaws. You want him to be resolving these things. Now, we're never quote unquote perfect. We're never 100% healed. We're never 100% perfect. So we will always have flaws. Every single one of us has them. And we'll continue to notice areas of improvement. The best way to keep him off of a pedestal is actually to raise your opinion of yourself, not bring your opinion of him down or reinforce the idea of the things that the attributes he has that are negative. So it actually spend more focus on you, because actually making a list about him and the negative qualities about him is actually spending too much time on him. It's actually keeping him on a pedestal in a way, because it's like you're feeling like you have to do this. Um, we want to spend less time on him, more time on you. That is what keeping him off of the pedestal means. It means you are the focal point of your life. I think it was a very creative solution that you were trying to come up with, and it could possibly work for someone, but I actually think that it's just reinforcing the negative attributes, and you want him to show up in the best possible way. Again, he's not perfect. You can reinforce this idea that no one is perfect, but you still want him to show up in the best way for you, even if you can realize that no one is perfect. You want to see him on equal ground as you. So this is what keeping someone off of a pedestal means. It also means you don't think about them all the time, because you want to think about yourself all the time. You want the world to revolve around you. Okay, well, let's get to question number 3.
Hi, Veronica. I have a question. So, my situation, to be honest, is a friends with benefits situation. At first, he was pursuing me, but he came to conclude and confess to me that he'll stop pursuing and suggest to be just friends because he said there wasn't chemistry. Me having to believe of law of attraction, I just thought to myself that I can change his mind someday. I'll just have to keep this going, so I kept hanging out with him more often to make him develop his feelings for me. But it turns out we just sleep together often, and after every time it happened, still doesn't change his mind. I'm also worried with other girls he is hanging out. I did started practicing self-love, but seems like nothing is happening. What else do I do aside from loving myself?
I'm sorry to hear you're struggling in this friends with benefits situation. I do think that you can attract chemistry. You can attract him to change his mind. You can attract him to develop feelings for you, but it has to come from him. It has to be his idea. I wouldn't try to plan out the things you need to do in order to convince him, or even imagine that you are convincing him. Instead, imagine that this attraction for you is something that already exists, and you are just unveiling the awareness of it for yourself. So it's almost as if you're living in an area of limitation. Your limitation is that he can only be friends with benefits with you. But you want to raise your awareness, which is self-love, so you are on the right track. So you want to raise your awareness of being the perfect person in a committed relationship. The only kind of relationship that you see yourself in is that of a committed relationship where the person says that there is so much chemistry that it is positively overwhelming and they can't wait to spend the rest of their life with you. So I think that your focus needs to be in this area. So you're not trying to convince him. You're not worried about other girls. You're just focusing on yourself. You're not trying to change his mind. You're just trying to attract him in the preferred way. You want to feel like those feelings for you are already there because anyone and everyone would fall in love with you. You want to see yourself as the kind of person who someone easily falls in love with, and again, only falls in love with, doesn't just sleep with you and then refuse to pursue anything further. So I would even distance yourself from him if you think it would help get your mind into a stronger place. You do not need to hang around him in order to convince him of yourself. In fact, it might even help to distance yourself because he can fully miss you, fully appreciate you, fully find you scarce. But I think if you're always hanging around him, trying to convince him and thinking that this time that when you sleep together that it's somehow going to be different, I don't think it ever will be. I think you'll be stuck in this little loop where you keep experiencing sadness and defeat. I think that this change, the only person that you really have to change is yourself. So the change comes from you. I would take on a new role, and that is the role of the commitment, the life companion, the person who is married. Start identifying yourself in this way. It is possible for things to change. It is possible to even forget that you were ever friends with benefits. But again, it comes from you, and it may need to come from you not giving him so much power. I don't believe in playing games, so I don't think that you have to restrict sleeping together, but I almost feel like you're hanging around him so much to try to convince him and doing too much outward stuff. It really happens from within. And I'm wishing you all the best. I'm hoping that the situation turns in your favor very soon. But again, it's all within you. Okay, well, I hope these questions could help. I am Veronica. If you would like your question answered in a future podcast, just simply download the Anchor app, send me a voice note, find me at VeronicaIsles, and I will put your question in the queue. Look forward to many new podcasts soon. I do replay them on my YouTube channel. You can find a ton of videos there as well to help you, all free of charge. I do offer paid one-on-one coaching, and you can find out more information about me at VeronicaIsles.com. I also have a self-study course, which is about attracting constant communication from a specific person. VeronicaIsles.teachable.com. Have a lovely day.